So you just had a baby. Me too. I gained a bit of weight and I lost it all. How did I do it? Well, I'm going to tell you in this video, so come along. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a 26-year-old first-time mom and German Shepherd owner. I'm a personal trainer, PCA, entrepreneur, all the above. And I want to tell you my transformation story. So I went from about 160 pounds to 112 pounds. And it's been about 8 months since my birth. Not my birth, my child's birth. I'm going to say first off, that no journey is the same. Results vary, but if you put in the work, you work out really hard, lift the weights, you know, do all the things, eat as well as you can, you're gonna see some results. What worked for me may not work for you, you know, but these things that I did may help you get into the right direction. I'm also breastfeeding, which I think that process has helped me lose the weight a little bit more efficiently, because he is taking a lot of the carbs that I've been eating and consuming it himself. And also my body's constantly working to produce more milk. In the last few years, I got married in 2021, and then right away got ACL surgery, reconstruction, and meniscusectomy. So that was fun. A great introduction to marriage. But yeah, for 6 years I had knee problems. Didn't realize that it was an ACL rupture. I got an MRI, boom. I then recovered. Took me about a year to recover. I started doing CrossFit about right when I got cleared to do more heavy lifting by my physical therapist. So I slowly eased into CrossFit, which is a bit of a mix between metabolic conditioning, which is really high intensity, and Olympic lifting. Sometimes they add in a little bit of maintenance work like bodybuilding here and there. But they're very well-rounded. I know there's some conflicting thoughts about CrossFit, but I genuinely think it's really great. So I jumped in that for the first time ever and fell in love with it. I loved it a lot because it had a lot of gymnastics tendencies mixed with the stuff that I've been learning about, especially through National Academy of Sports Medicine, with weights. So boom, boom, CrossFit. I eventually got a bit stronger. I started seeing that my legs were they were beginning to become even again. So it took maybe a year to be strong enough to do those things, and then after that maybe another year until I felt back to normal in a sense. So yeah, I felt like I was in the best shape of my life last year. I was doing flips again. I was able to do my back walkovers again. I was lifting heavy weights. I felt pretty good. And then I got pregnant, which we were trying, so I wanted that. But I got pregnant and I had a pretty good pregnancy. I mean, I had heartburn. I gained a little bit of weight. I originally stuck close to about 115 pounds to 118 pounds before pregnancy, and I never really varied off of that. And then I started gaining weight a lot when I was pregnant. I didn't go crazy with my food intake. I ate pretty much what I was eating before, maybe a little bit more, especially mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, especially when I was pregnant. And I worked out 1 to 2 times a week, sometimes more, depending. And I still kept my workouts pretty intense. I just took it easy when I felt like I was out of breath, because my doctor said that was fine, and I felt fine. So, and the baby was healthy. So overall, pretty good pregnancy. I went from 115 to 160. That's quite a big jump for me. I had the baby, of course. He was 7 pounds. So I lost a lot of that weight, or at least a good chunk, maybe 15, 20 pounds from the water in the placenta and all that, the blood that comes with it, and a baby. So that's my starting point. And in the pictures you can see I had a lot of facial gain, fat gain, and also in my arms and my legs. I got stretch marks on my thighs and on my lower abdomen, and I think that was mostly it. So I did gain a little bit everywhere. So yeah, I felt pretty weak once I've had my baby. It took me 6 to 12 weeks to like really recover in the whole down there sense, because it was a vaginal birth and all that. So I waited 6 weeks to get cleared by my doctor to be lifting heavier weights. So I took it easy. I mean, I did walks with the baby, you know, that stuff. Maybe some body weight workouts towards the end of it. And after I was cleared, I started lifting the weights again, and I started going on like walking, jogging type of situations, and then eased into running and stuff like that. But overall, I felt kind of weak coming out of pregnancy. I think because towards the end, it was harder for me to really do an efficient workout, and I felt like my belly was in the way. I felt fatigued, you know, all the stuff that comes with pregnancy. I weighed about 133 pounds. Most of it, again, was the baby and the fluids and all that, because I had weighed 115 to 118 normally before pregnancy, and then was stuck at the 133. It felt a little heavy for my liking on my own body. So my goal was to lose some of that weight, gain muscle back, because I know I had lost some. I again have goals of doing more handstands and doing muscle ups and all that stuff. So I was gonna ease into it. But something that I truly 100% thought of during my pregnancy, I really wanted to run this 5-mile race that is held in my town that I grew up in. Every year it happens. I was like, I'm gonna run it. I mean, if I just can't, like my doctor says no, or I'm just not progressing the way I want to, then I won't. But that's the goal. That's my goal. So yeah, after I was cleared, I started doing body weight workouts, some weightlifting, and then eased into like more rounds of exercises or more weights. I stuck it around 10 to 12 reps, kind of in that hypertrophy frame of reps. And I tried for 2 to 4 days, 2 to 4 days a week of workouts. The minimum was 2. And if it was really busy or I felt really drained, I would go to 1. And again, some weeks I did less because it's a lot with a newborn. As my body began to regain strength in my pelvic floor and my core, I realized I could push myself a bit more. That's when I kind of started doing my CrossFit and also doing more running. And again, CrossFit is expensive, so I didn't really go all in. I just was dropping in like here and there. Once I felt like I could push myself, I started to bring my baby to the gym and doing workouts with the baby, either in the car seat or my coworkers would hold him. And it was actually a really good experience. I mean, some gyms don't allow that, and some gyms have like a child care system, so that's cool, but mine doesn't. But he's always welcome because everyone's like, I need that baby. So that was nice for me. So I got into weightlifting again a bit, eased myself slowly into it, and then I started doing the CrossFit here and there. And then throughout the summer, because he was born in May, I would do 1 or 2 runs a week with my mom, training for the 5-mile race. I mean, I started off with 1 mile, and slowly I tried 2 days. So I'd do like 1 mile the first time, and if I'm feeling up to it, 1 mile at 0.2 or 1 mile 0.5, and gradually increased. And if I had to, I would walk a bit, but my endurance slowly picked up. As I was adding those things back into my routine, my daily life, I started slowly seeing the results come. I was documenting day to day my journey on Instagram. And again, some days I just did not do well, and some days I was feeling amazing. Sometimes it was like a great morning and a bad evening. Like it's not perfect. And I just wanted to say that now, because sometimes you hear stories and you're like, you only see the good stuff that comes out of it, but it's not. It's hard. So yeah, so I did my 5-mile race. It felt amazing. I did not even stop. I ran the whole way through. I think I got like 5th in my age range, 5th place. So that was really cool. And then I eventually, I think it was that month or the month after that, I got a package of 3 months unlimited to CrossFit. So I was trying to go 2 times minimum. Usually it was like 6 a.m. that I'd go to CrossFit while the baby's sleeping. And then I would continue running maybe like 1 time a week because I was doing CrossFit, and CrossFit is intense. So I did that, and I paired that with intuitive eating. And then if I had time during the week and I felt like some muscles might have been neglected, I was going back and doing some of those exercises. Like if I felt like I had more in the tank for deadlifts, for my hamstrings and my glutes and all that, I would do those muscles. But for the most part, CrossFit is very full body, so I felt good. But if I had the time, I would go and do something mellow, maybe not crazy intense at the gym, to fill in the blanks. I was focusing on eating mostly protein choices, if possible. Again, it's not bad to have carbs. It's not bad to have carbs. It's actually very beneficial when you're working out as much as I was working out. I was eating high protein as much as possible. So it's like cooking eggs, cooking chicken, sausage. I eat meat, so doing all that stuff. And if I had felt like I wasn't eating enough protein, I would make like a protein shake or have some Greek yogurt or cottage cheese or those types of things. And I wasn't just eating protein, of course, but I was trying to put protein in every meal if possible. And I would have carbohydrates like rice cakes also, wheat or whole wheat bread, potatoes, sweet potatoes, fruits and veggies, and then healthy fats like olive oil, nuts and seeds, butter, but those types of things. And I think over time, just mostly focusing on those things helped me like amplify my results. I did indulge in ice cream and maybe like a beer once in a while. I do think that having little to no alcohol did help me in my situation. And I still don't really drink alcohol, maybe on occasion. And I felt like my body has looked the best that it ever has. And I think it's partially because of that. So, tip for you. So yeah, and then on top of that, I was trying to drink as much water as possible, especially because I was breastfeeding. I needed to keep hydrated. I did also start using here and there electrolytes if I felt like I was working really hard and sweating a lot, or on hot days in the summer. And then there's some days here and there that I feel like I need it. But yeah, drinking a lot of water. Half your weight in ounces. Okay. As the time went on, after my CrossFit subscription had ended and December came about, I kind of fell off, but I had lost about, I think I was sticking at 118 for a bit. It was like 120, 118. And then even though I dropped off with my workouts and I only did about 1 time to 2 times at that point a week, and I wasn't running really. I was just doing 2 somewhat intense workouts, lifting like compound movements like squat cleans, deadlifts, front squats, squat presses, rows, chest presses, handstands, and then some running here and there. But I wasn't doing 3 to 4 workouts a week anymore. I wasn't going as hard as I did in CrossFit. But I continued to lose weight. And I think part of that, again, is because I was breastfeeding, and part of that also was because my muscle mass. Because I gained muscle in the months that I was doing my CrossFit and doing the bodybuilding and running, my body's metabolism on top of the breastfeeding, I think it was continuing to burn the calories on its own, because that's what happens when you gain more muscle. You burn the calories more at rest. And I've been maintaining the muscle. I think I might have lost a little bit since that time, but it's not rapid because I'm still working out and lifting heavy. Instead of doing like upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, or like chest, back, bicep, tricep, you know, all those types of splits, I mostly focus on doing 1 to 2 full body workouts where I get as many muscle groups as possible. I lift heavy. It takes me maybe like an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours each time in the gym, because there's just so much to do. But I do that about 2 times a week because it's beneficial to use those muscles 2 times in the week so that you can progress or at least maintain. But that's what I've been doing recently because I'm busy and it's hard to find a babysitter, and it's hard for me to bring him there still because I'm focused on him and not the workout. So I think as the time progresses and the weather gets warmer, it's gonna be a little bit better because I love to be outside and it's a little bit nicer to go on runs with the baby in the stroller. But as my update now, I'm feeling actually like in the best shape of my life again. I would like to work out more, and I think that will help me feel stronger in the next weeks. But looking at myself in the mirror, because recently I've been 112. That's light for me. I have been in the range 115 to 118 for like 10 years since high school, and I've never gotten lower. I could never get lower. Like, it was impossible no matter what I did. And I've been 112 roughly, sometimes 111, and I look in the mirror and I can see definition in my core. And I think part of that is because at CrossFit they made us do like so much core, like way more than I ever did, because I hate core. I hate the way it feels. Yeah, so I think partially I have a little bit more muscle there, but I'm the lowest weight I've ever been since I was in high school. And my next goal is to gain more muscle, so I will be losing that. I will be probably back up to 115 again. But I feel pretty strong. I got my muscle up the other day with bands. Don't get me wrong, it's still hard. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm also really motivated to push really hard. So my goal this year is to run more races, do my muscle up without bands, hold my handstands, and just keep on continuing being healthy and strong. So that's my story from losing from 160 all the way to 112. And then P.S. Jace, that's my baby boy. He's great. He's strong. He's a happy little boy. So it was a blessing to have that little guy. But yeah, so to end this video, because it's quite long, I'm here if you need anything. If you have questions deeper into like what I did, whether you want to know about the workouts that I had done. I mean, I don't know specific, but I know the workout structures that I've done and some of the movements that I did. I can go over that with you. I do own my own personal training business online, so that's how I'd help you. I can text you, I can call you, and we can figure it out together. But I'm gonna plug in my community here, because I do think it's helpful when you do have accountability. Like, my mom was my accountability coach through the summer to get my runs in so that I could run that 5-mile race. So having somebody saying, do you want to work out, or have you done your workout, are you eating well, are you pushing yourself, blah 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 blah, that helps so much so that you stay on track and also stay motivated. But yeah, my community is a private Facebook group page where I post about different educational topics to help keep you on the right track mentally. It has a group chat where we just share encouragement or like successes or challenges that we've gone through in that week. We set new goals to keep pushing ourselves and keep our mindset on the right things. I personally, as your coach, would reach out to you one-on-one in the month about 1 or 2 times just to see how you're doing, and again, keep you on the right track. And then within all of that, you get 2 or 3 sometimes workouts full body for the month where you can practice progressive overload and perfecting the form and asking me any questions if you need it. That comes along with effective warm-ups and cool downs, and then again, you have access to your coach, me, a certified personal trainer, at any point. So if you had questions at 10 p.m. and I'm awake, I can text you back and let you know what's going on. And then on top of that, you get access to fun challenges and fun prizes. Like the first challenge of the year is a water challenge where you calculate half your body weight in ounces and you drink it every day. And when you finish the water, you write done on the post that has the challenge on it. And then that counts as a point towards an Ewala water bottle. So yeah, if you want in on all the fun and just have accountability to get from point A to point B, come and join. Just comment here and I'll reach out to you. So, all right. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope that I will see you guys in the future. I'm going to be vlogging my attempt soon at just waking up at 5, getting that workout in. So if you want to join in for that, come along for the journey to continue my health and fitness journey. All right, thanks for listening again. Bye.